Hello, happiness seekers. My name is Klaudia, and you are listening to the Happiness Challenge. This episode is part of the Happiness Reset campaign, where I bring you 25 bite sized episodes to inspire you to refocus on your happiness and fulfillment. In each short episode, I bring you one practical hack to create more happiness at work, in relationships, and in your own skin. Follow me on LinkedIn and join my newsletter to share what hacks you are finding useful and to get free tickets to a webinar on the science of happiness that I'll be hosting in February. In this happiness hack, we are concentrate on the importance of having goals and dreams. I'm here with Laura Cruz, the dream transition mentor, the author of an amazing book, Dream It and Do It. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So, Laura, big question. What is your happiness hack?
So, I think it's so important that we focus on our dreams. I'm obviously called the Dream Transition Mentor, as you've introduced me. My book is called Dream It and Do It. My community is the Dream Life Academy. I'm all about dreams, and I feel really strongly that when we are children, we are encouraged to dream. Like children, kind of just as we get into that kind of exam period as teenagers, we suddenly have to stop dreaming and get serious about life and kind of, grow up and stop dreaming because you've got to get real now. And I think that's such a shame because it doesn't matter what your dream is. If you dream of doing something, you still dream of it. Now, I'm not suggesting that you want to do the same thing you did when you were six because that's probably changed a bit, or it could be the same. But actually connecting in with the things that would make you happy, even if they feel really far away, actually allowing yourself to believe that you could make those things come true ultimately will make you feel happier.
Yes, love that. So the idea of connecting almost with our inner child. Do we even remember our dreams from the past? What do we want to dream about, and what goals do we want to achieve that we are proud of? And I like the fact that you're using the word dream rather than goals, because I always feel like goals, targets, much more get real and adult, whereas dream is like, yay, something bigger than me. So why is it actually important to be engaging in that dreaming process? Because I guess many of us will say, well, Laura, come on, like life is life, challenges are challenges. Why is it actually important for us to dream big?
Because I think the reality is, as an adult, it's quite monotonous life, isn't it? Like we tend to follow a similar path, kind of settle down. And I know this isn't for everybody, but kind of settle down, maybe buy a house. Certainly in the UK, that's kind of the route that you take. Perhaps you have kids or you get a pet and you kind of take on responsibility. And we just kind of tread the same path. I know that's a generalization, but, kind of stereotypically, it's the same path. And do you know what? Doing the same thing day in, day out all the time is actually quite boring. So, you know, there needs to be some kind of routine and I guess monotony to life, but it doesn't always have to be that way. And actually, you know, kind of sprinkling a little bit of dream and a little bit of happiness over your world will, I think, help you to, you know, on the days where it feels really boring or a bit dry or a bit mundane, you can think about the things that you really want to do or the dreams that you've already accomplished. And it makes you feel happier because you're doing something which is outside of the day to day.
Yes, love that idea of. I love the fact that you're saying sprinkling the dream and happiness onto our daily life. Okay, so I want to engage in that process of dreaming. What is one action that listeners could implement to really get going with this hack and boost their happiness?
Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of mind reading now. I'm going to think about somebody who wants to do something different. Perhaps they want to set up their own business and they have this dream. They think, "Oh, I really want to set up my own business." And I'm just going to read their mind and predict that initially what happens, they have this initial thought and then almost immediately this inner voice says, "You can't do that. Who are you to do that? That won't work. You won't make any money. You don't know how to do that. You're not smart slash clever enough slash business minded enough to do that. That won't work." That's generally what happens. So we have a great idea and we're like, yes, super proud of this idea, and then we kind of tell ourselves we can't do it. So the one hack that I'd like to share with your audience is to say, okay, so if you think of something you'd like to do, a dream, I'd like you to write it down. I'd like you to get it out of your head and onto paper, and I'd like you to do some. I don't think we use the word brainstorming anymore. I think we use a different word, but I'd like you to get down all of your thoughts onto paper and get it out of your head. Because when it's in your head, it's easy to discount it. It's easy to say that won't work, I can't do it. It's easy to believe all of the kind of self doubt that you've been telling yourself. Get it out of your head, get it onto paper. It becomes more real when it's written down, and not in the notes in your phone if you're like on a train, but there's something about handwriting it, like writing it on paper with a pen, that makes it more kind of permanent because you can't delete it.
Mm, yes, and almost you so actively you really think about that, and almost like you cannot, I guess, say, well, this doesn't exist or this is
Yeah,
not important to me, right? So it's like it becomes, as you said, really real.
you've like released it, right? So then once you've released it, you'll then be thinking about it and thinking, okay, so you know, don't get me wrong, having those concerns about lack of confidence, not knowing how to do it, imposter syndrome, worry about money, fear of success or failure, that's perfectly normal. And we generally all have those, but you can get past them.
Yes, they because I've written it down, so now I can start be thinking, oh, just for fun, can I imagine that if I'm going to go after this dream,
Yeah.
just for fun?
Yeah. Just for
Okay,
fun, not investing in it yet, not, not even committing, maybe, hypothetically, I could do that. What would that look like?
exactly. And then we're going into that what if scenarios and we can make it more practical. But yes, I love this hack. Definitely writing down, so important. Thank you so much, Laura. That's amazing.
Great to talk to you.
So, thank you so much for listening to the Happiness Reset campaign. I hope this happiness hack is useful and impactful for you. If you are up for learning more, listen to episode 57, How to Trust Yourself to Follow Your Dreams. I would love you to share this episode with others and subscribe to my podcast and newsletter so you don't miss out on any future hacks. So, thank you again for listening, and I dare you to be happy. Thank you. Bye.